Actually, what do you think? Do you think that if I hadn't got introduced to psychedelics, I would be doing something like what I'm doing? Because my intuition is no. I think I would have been on some other path. And it's not that I didn't have like the proclivity for it, or like it's that like I think I just would have been too busy. I would have been too busy, caught up, caught up in shit, doing what people do, and I mean I was that way for a long time before I even started doing philosophy, and I don't know, like I feel really grateful on a cosmic level. I think that I I have found the path that I'm on, that everything is working together to allow this to happen. You um, I think because I've told you this before, like I am. Uh, I think I'm living like one of the best lives. Like I definitely, well, fuck. I don't know if that's always true, especially the last couple weeks with these broken ribs. I don't know if it always feels like it, but I definitely feel like my life is on like an upward path, like a rising trajectory that like is rarely seen in humans. Like uh, it's actually it's weird because like uh it's hard to describe. Like it's sort of like a mathematical description almost, because it's like an exponential curve. It's like Moore's law. Like how like Moore's law is like every year and a half or 2 years, like the processing power doubles. It's like that. It's like you can picture that, but you also can't really picture that because like you can picture what's double of this year, but by the time you get past this year, it's kind of just like numbers. It's just like you can't really picture like what it means to have like 4 times or like 20 times the compute that you already have. And you also can't really picture what it's like to live a life where you have like an actually exponentially rising curve of like opportunity and ability, and it feels almost like an anime or like some really weird sort of like fictional story where it's like actually I felt the comparison to animes a lot, where like the hero in the anime is usually somebody who starts at the lowest of the low, and then has an exponential curve in the way that they like become better. And that's what makes the story so interesting, is they are on an exponential curve, and they're growing at an exponential rate, and it's just like, what the fuck, like what's gonna come next? It sort of has like an inherent like uh I don't know, element of like you can't really predict what's gonna happen next. It's not just about predictability though, it's also like it's just like it feels like really empowering. It's just like, fuck yeah, let's go, like. And the main character, but like I feel like I'm living it, like and it's really weird. It's like um doing my best to describe it, but I'm not sure that I can. It's like this is another thing that I realized the other day, is that I think a lot of what I'm doing is trying to describe things that resist description. Like uh, and that's what makes it so interesting and valuable, is that like literally like if it was easy to describe, then people would have done it already. It's like the stuff that I'm trying to describe are like realities that everyone experiences, but nobody like interfaces with directly, so it's always indirect. It's always indirect, so you sort of like you describe it by like the outline instead of directly. And when you do it, it's really powerful. It's also like incredibly satisfying, but it's also just like really weird because it's always indirect. It's always like um, you're sort of like describing everything by like the thing that produces it. And so in order to describe the thing that produces it, you have to describe the thing that produces that, and it's just like weird sort of like, what do you call it, geometric fractals, kind of uh, fractal nature of reality. Fuck, it feels like I've been talking for so long. um I don't know. I hope all this makes sense. Um, but yeah, like, so I feel like I'm on this upward trajectory. I'm uh, like low key making my life so much better in ways that cannot be replicated or I don't know, just like hero's journey type shit, you know, I think I might actually become a billionaire, which is like it's such an outrageous thing to say and think, but I think that like the types of observations that I am making are that kind of powerful, where I'm getting to the root of things, and I think like this is like these are the same truths that the billionaires, these are people who have like really good intuitions about reality and like, you know, and are acting on this stuff that is like difficult to describe. Uh, they're the ones who are doing it, and I'm just trying to describe what they're doing. But in so doing, in the process of discovery, I'm also becoming like them, and uh, and I'm not really sure why I will stop. You know, like I think I might. I'm probably going to this philosophy of social interaction is probably going to transition at some point directly into uh, making money somehow. And I don't mean teaching people, and I don't mean distributing philosophy. I mean that like I'm going to embody the principles that make money, and money's going to come to me through other means, not directly through the philosophy. I'm not even sure I'm going to distribute the philosophy, honestly. Uh, this is another trend that I've noticed a lot in fucking super smart people, is that like they're usually way too busy being super successful to actually like distribute their knowledge and intentions. You know, that's actually kind of like is such a big part of the problem, but it's the reason why, you know, like most people don't understand what billionaires understand. And often billionaires like sort of do give out like fake or faux pointers, you know, be like, oh, you just got to do this or do that, or focus on this or focus on that. And they're usually not wrong, but it's almost never actually like the thing that they're talking about, because it's part of an ecosystem of things. And to do only one of them is not wrong, but it's not going to produce the net effect that comes from the ecosystem. And the billionaires understand the ecosystem. That's why they're billionaires. And everybody else, or like, you know, billionaires and maybe like super successful people understand the ecosystem. They tapped into it. Their intuitions understand it, and that's what makes them billionaires. It's what makes them like able to like hyper leverage in society. And fuck, I don't know. Yeah. So, anyways, like all that's to say, it's super obvious that like the path to billionaireship, which is like super coincidental with my path, which is like, you know, continuous evolution, uh, has nothing to do with like making a philosophy book or distributing like all this information. Uh, Becoming a billionaire has nothing to do with explaining to other people your skill set, you know. And I can so easily like not tell anyone about all of this and just become a billionaire. Uh, not saying that's trivial, but just like it's the type of evolution that I am pursuing, and um, what I'm saying is that like this this path of infinite evolution absolutely intersects with making shitloads of money, and uh, fuck, I've been talking for a long time. I have. So I'm really not sure how much of what I am working on, which is like extremely powerful, I also want to distribute and focus on distributing. You know, it's like they're two different jobs. It's two different like worlds. Like being an influencer, being a content creator, being a distributor of information, being a teacher, you know, all that stuff is really beta. It's really beta. It's not like what the fucking billionaires would do. The billionaires focus on where the money is, you know, and it's a different job. It's just like you only have one life. where are you going to put your attention? You're going to put your attention into distributing, you know, what you know to other people who are idiots? Or are you going to put your attention into like uh, continuous growth and evolution? And like I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is that like if I pursue this path of continuous growth and evolution, at some point, like distributing the knowledge to other people is going to become like not important. It's going to be way more important to continue on the evolutionary path and continue to grow. And telling other people will become like a side project or a hobby in the background. And if I ever do it, maybe there might even come a time when it's like, you know, against my interest to share with other people. And I don't really know what to do about that. I think like I really want to help people. Like I have tremendous empathy and I don't know, consideration for people who started out life like we did, like I did, you know, like fucking information deserts, not just information, just like culture deserts, you know, like surrounded by people who have bad culture, you know, surrounded by people with bad like shitty low grade culture, you know, like it's like it wasn't bad but wasn't good. And I mean, like there's definitely worse, but it's like it should be measurable, you know. Like, I don't know. It's so like I this so much of why I'm doing all this is because I want to be able to help people who are struggling, like you and me, you know, like the kids who we were growing up. And yet also like I'm starting to realize that like continuing to pursue this path doesn't necessarily have anything to do with that. And so at some point I'm probably going to pick. I'm probably going to pick my evolution, and I'm probably going to pick being a billionaire, and I'm probably going to like stop worrying as much about distributing what I've learned. Although I think I will still want to do that, but I'm just gonna not. I'm not. I don't. I can't, it's hard to imagine that it'll matter to me as much. Oh fuck! I've been talking for. But I don't know. It's just like, does this make sense? It's a really weird position to be in. Uh, it's very much like the crucible. Like you are changing yourself so much and so fast that like the context in which you live doesn't really make sense for you anymore, and you gotta like sort of like reinvent the context, start over from scratch, like you were reborn, or like you just moved from a new city, you know, like um I don't know, it's like it's weird.